YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is Canadian Retro. I've got another pickups video for you here. This is something that's been, it seems like to me, like a long time in the making, because I just haven't really had the retro dungeon set up for doing anything like that. It's been a basic construction zone down here, so I haven't really had a chance to do a video. As you can see, my gaming collection is now behind me, which is a blessing. Basically, it was starting to overcrowd the shelves that you guys could see in my other videos and things like that, and I finally got everything set up over here. I think it looks really nice. Let me know what you guys think about it. I'm pretty sure you'll be happy with the results of that, but pretty cool nonetheless. That's what I've been spending a lot of my time doing. Surprising that I still have some pickups based on all that. It's sort of like stopped in on my way to Home Depot, found something, went out for dinner down an area that had a thrift shop, stopped in, found some things. So I've been pretty lucky lately, considering the fact that I haven't really been hitting up the stores with the regularity that I was doing before, because the money that I I wouldn't have spent that much money, but some of the money that I would have gone into that kind of went into putting these shelves together. So really cool nonetheless. I'll get started on that right now. Kind of cool stuff. I'll get to it. It's pretty fun. One thing was, I was going down to a Home Depot to get more wood for this job, and I found a couple items in the thrift shop on the way there. So pretty cool. The first thing here, I don't know if you guys know much about this one, but it's the PC version of Mario's Time Machine Deluxe, and I will likely trade this off or something like that, or take it to the swap and sell it, just because it doesn't interest me that much. But I really wanted to salvage it from the thrift shop just because it is Mario related, and obviously Mario Time Machine. So pretty cool find right there. It's complete inside. I don't really want to get in there. There's also like a few other random discs of just like, I don't know, like software of some sort in there. So I don't know much about that, but from what I can tell, like the manual and everything like that's in there, so it's in pretty good shape. It still has this plastic outing part on it, or whatever you like to call that. So for that one there, I paid $4.04. I thought that was a pretty cool find. The box is a little bit beat up, but still cool nonetheless. Something I'm sure somebody would want for their Mario collection or something to that effect, so I really wanted to save that for somebody who's into that sort of thing. This is pretty cool right here. I already have this on the Xbox 360, but I found this at the same time, and it's Devil May Cry, the HD collection, and I picked this up for $6. I thought that was a pretty good deal for it. You know, obviously it's the Devil May Cry series, and I already got rid of my PS2 Devil May Cry games previously, just because I had the HD collection on Xbox 360, but I really wanted to get on the PS3. For some reason, I have a thing where I like the PS3 just a little bit better than the Xbox 360, although the 360 was like my gaming console during that generation of choice, just because that's the one that I had for the most part. I did actually have a PS3 during that, but I didn't really go out and seek out a lot of games kind of thing for it at the time. So pretty cool now, because I'm sort of tending toward the PS3 a little bit more. It just has a little more prestige to me or something like that. So happy to pick this up on the PS3, that's for sure. And there you go right there. Unfortunately, it's missing its manual, but that's not that big of a deal. And the disc on it is like absolutely perfect. So I'll be on the lookout for a manual for this, but otherwise a welcomed addition to my PS3 collection, that's for sure. Moving on from there, this is kind of interesting. So I went down to the Home Depot, and while I was at the store, I actually saw something that I thought Longshot might actually enjoy. So I sent him a picture of it, and I sent him a text, but I was sort of in a hurry, so I couldn't really stick around the store waiting for a reply or anything like that. Like, I was still there for like another 10 minutes. I didn't hear back from him. But then once I got to Home Depot, I was sort of getting out of my car in the parking lot, and what do you know, he hits me up with a text saying, oh, I should have picked that thing up for him. So you can check out his video about that when he does his next pickup video. But on my end, I kind of went, I like messaged him back. I said, you know what, man, I'll stop by the store again. Hopefully it'll still be there, and I'll pick it up for you. And when he was coming over to drop off the trade package from Anthony Sill, I just would give him it kind of thing, and, you know, not charge him anything like that, just to show my appreciation for him or whatever. But you know, as I was going back in, I actually found some things that I thought were pretty cool. The first time I was there, like an hour before, these things weren't there, and then when I went in, they were actually sitting on a rack. So it kind of worked out to my benefit, interestingly enough, that I did like a double take, and I gotta thank Longshot for that, because he wanted that game, so I stopped back in. And when I went back in, these and television games were actually on a cart now. They wanted $4 each, and that's essentially what they're worth, but you know, nonetheless, I just think they're really cool, so I'll probably end up trading them off, though I'm not really going to collect for the Intellivision, but I didn't want to leave them behind just because I sort of have like a, I don't collect for it, but I still have like a really good opinion about the Intellivision. I really enjoyed it when I was a little kid. I didn't have a full understanding of playing video games, so I was more like an NES guy a little bit later on, but these are pretty cool, and I do remember like some of the boxes and the artwork and the controllers and things like that, so I still have that kind of connection to it. So when I saw these, I couldn't leave them behind. The first one here is tennis. For each of these I paid $404. So this cool thing about these ones though, man, like they are so complete. It's pretty awesome right there. Like it has both of the, I don't know what you call these, like the slip covers or whatever that go inside the controller, so you know what buttons to press and whatnot, and the cartridges are in great shape. So someone really took good care of this stuff, and you know, that's the idea behind it. Maybe a few like little bit of wear marks, but something that old, you know, what is this, like I don't know if it's on here, 1980, so you know, that's how old that is, so it's in really good shape for that. The next one is Auto Racing, which I actually remember this game, playing this one at my uncle's house, so that's pretty cool. They had an Intellivision, and I went over, and this was one of the titles I remember playing, so that's pretty awesome right there. And my memory of these things is kind of foggy, but when I look at it, like I can totally recollect like definitely seeing this before, like the slip covers or whatever you like to call them. Those are pretty cool, and you know, again, in excellent shape, and everything's in there, so really wicked right there. Another one here is Snafu, and again, it has both of the covers in there. It has the manual a little bent up right there, but not too bad, and the game itself's in pretty decent shape. And this one here, I believe, is kind of like a game I used to play on the Commodore 64 called Paint, and you'd go around and you're basically like trying to cut people off and box them in so that you can survive, and the idea is that you stay on there. I think that's the way this works. I totally can't remember for the life of me, but that's the idea I get when I see that screenshot of the back. Kind of like a Tron sort of idea there. And then the next one is Astro Smash, which is pretty cool. Like obviously that's a clone of, you know, you figure it out on the back there, but still cool nonetheless. And again, manual to inserts, and you know, everything's good to go here. So decent shape as well. So again, for $404, I just couldn't leave these behind. They're just way too cool. The artwork alone is worth it. And then this one here is Star Strike, so that's pretty awesome right there. And this one here is missing its manual, but the actual inserts were slipped in behind here. Should really be in here. But there's Star Strike right there, just missing the manual, but everything else is in there, so that's pretty wicked. And you know, I like these boxes too with the fronts that open up like that. They're just cool. And then the last one here is Triple Action. So that's pretty cool, and I definitely remember this one because I totally remember the tank game in this one and the airplane one for sure. I don't know about the driving game so much, but I do remember those two. So the battle tanks and the biplanes. So I remember that one. That my uncle must have had this one as well, and that one's totally complete. So really happy to find these. I don't know if I'm going to hold on to these or trade them off or something like that. If you're interested, maybe there's something we can work out. I have other Intellivision games that are in boxes as well, so just let me know, because I don't know if I want to hold on to them, if I have room really for them on the shelf or something like that. I'm sort of torn between it. I don't know about what I want to do with them exactly, so you guys let me know what you think about that though. The next thing I found actually was at Talese. Now this is, again, you know, taking a break from working on the shelves. I was going out for dinner, and I found this, which is really cool. It's the Art of Warcraft, and that's cool. So this isn't the World of Warcraft, I don't think. This is, you know, prior to that. So really cool stuff, like all in color. This is a beautiful art book, really. Didn't want to leave it behind. I'm trying to remember what I paid for that. I think it was like $2. So really cool find for $2, or I think that's what it was, like $1.99. Really sweet right there. And then at the same time, I found this, and I'm finding it hard to leave these behind, even though this one here is not in the world's greatest shape. Like, it does have its issues. and it's definitely sticky and nasty, so someone spilled something on it, but I'll be able to clean it up. I have the means and all that kind of thing to do it, and the stick on it seems pretty tight, although it could be just crud holding it together. But it's an N64 controller. It's one of the clear purple ones, and that there was $5, which might seem like a lot for a beat up N64 controller, but once I clean it up, I think it's going to be in pretty decent shape. It's just going to take a lot of cleaning, and again, I'm not going to leave that behind for $5, so pretty sweet find right there. At the same time, that was sort of in that day of things. Actually, no, I forgot one thing, which it's kind of funny that I forgot this, because I just forgot it because it happened on the same day, though. This is a pretty cool find right here. I found a PlayStation 3 console right here, fat style one. This is a completely backwards compatible one, so this actually plays PS2 games as well as PS1 and PS3 games, so that's really something I was after, because I do have like a slim PS3 that only plays PS1 and PS3 games. Obviously this one actually plays all of them, so I was after something like this. Pretty cool deal. It came with a lot of cords and whatnot, kind of weird stuff that it came with, but it came with like the power cord, which is handy, but I'm sure you could replace that. It also came with one of the charging cables, which is really nice and handy to have come with that as well. And then it came with one of these like silver 6-axis controllers, and this totally works, but the only thing is I've actually replaced the analog sticks on it, not the sticks, but just I put these like little covers on them because the thumb pads are completely worn off. Like they basically probably peeled and then someone's just ripped them right off, so it's just down to the plastic on those. So I just put these like replacement thumbstick things on it. I like them. They're a little bit slidey because there's no like grip underneath them, but I use them on controllers that, you know, like wear down or whatever, and they're actually pretty cool and they're pretty cheap. I just get them off of eBay. But fix that up, and I just need to clean it up or whatever. It's a little scratched up, but hey, PS3 controller, that's pretty cool. And then it also came with a black one, which had the same affliction, except for it was only one thumb pad that was ripped off, but I just put those rubber pads on both of them. They're pretty cool. I'll get like a closer look. I don't know. They're just like the cheaper ones you can get on eBay, so nothing special, but really cleans up the controller nicely. And again, that was in there, so that's pretty sweet. And then something really weird was in there, a GameCube controller. So I don't know why that was attached with the system, but it was in there, so pretty good deal. And I don't know if you saw it before, but for that entire thing there, those three controllers actually, and the system, I paid $20. So I mean, killer deal. There's also a game in here, and I can't remember what it was because I actually took it out, and I'm trying to remember where I put it because I was cleaning everything up around here. But it was like some NFL game basically, so nothing that, or NCAA, no, I don't know, or something like that. It was like some sports title, so I'm not really that interested in it. But again, you know, it was in there, so you know, that's the deal with that. And moving on, these are some things that I actually found today. This is a pretty good find, I thought. A PS4 controller, which I don't know if this works. I'm assuming this doesn't because I found it in a thrift shop. I mean, who's gonna give away a PS4 controller? The system's practically like brand new. This controller, on the other hand, has seen some wear, that's for sure. The thumbsticks on it are worn down a little bit, like they're sort of like peeling off on the sides. I don't know if that's like a common thing for PS4 controllers, but again, what I'll do is I'll just take some of those grips and put them on there, and that'll fix that problem up, no problem there at all. And I gotta charge it up and test it out, but I'm assuming this may not work, but even still, for what I paid for it, I thought it was a pretty good deal. It was $4, so $4 for a PS4 controller. We'll see, you know, if it works or not, but I highly doubt it. We'll have to see. And then moving on, this is from the same store. So this is kind of cool because I don't really have this system, so I don't know if I'm going to trade this off or sell it or something like that, but still, I've never seen this kind of thing before. It's called Crush Roller, and it's for the Neo Geo Pocket, which that's pretty kind of cool because I've never seen Neo Geo Pocket stuff like ever, other than maybe a trade show or whatever. But really nice shape, everything like that. I don't know a whole lot about it. I'll probably end up trading it off. I think somebody that collects for that system likely will enjoy that, but you know, because it's the only, I've only come across like one of these, it's not really a system I want to collect for, so cool. And then the last thing for that it was $5, and I was willing to pay that because I'd never seen a Neo Geo Pocket game before. This one here, from what I can tell, is kind of sort of like Pac-Man clone-ish, I would say. Basically what you're trying to do, instead of like collecting dots, is you're trying to fill all the pathways that are in this like town kind of thing. I don't know if the scenes change. I just watched some YouTube videos on it, but basically you're trying to go through and then there's things chasing you through it. It's basically like a maze kind of idea, and you're trying to fill in the tracks rather than eat all the dots. And then there's a power-up where you can push a roller or something like that. That's why it's called Crush Roller, and it like rolls over the enemies and crushes them kind of idea. So still cool nonetheless, because it's like a cool little puzzle game, and for $5, you know, I'm not going to leave that behind. So I almost completely forgot about this pickup. Actually, this was on half price day at a Goodwill, because every Friday in March they've had a 50% off sale. So this was a pretty good haul for that day. Some nice quality stuff in here. So I'll get down to this part of it right now. The first thing was Michael Jackson The Experience for the Wii. This one's here is totally complete, which is really nice. And the disc on it, it's not perfect or anything like that, but it'll definitely play, and it's not like super scratched up or anything like that, so pretty cool. That's just something that I'll likely flip. I'm not really going to hold on to that, but it has a little bit of value. And for this one here, I paid $2.50. I'm trying to remember, but I think it was $5 a game, so it was $2.50, which I thought was a good deal. And also for $2.50, I picked up Platinum Hits Edition of Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition Remix. And that's also going to be up for trade or sale or whatever kind of idea. It's factory sealed Canadian style, which I've done a video where I showed taking off the Canadian wrapping. It just basically means the French part of it, the French-English part of it is like wrapped around the outside. So when you unwrap all of this on the inside, it just looks like the standard US version. I think they repackaged US stuff and just put the Canadian thing so they could sell it in Canada. And then they wrapped it in this like really cheap kind of plastic wrap sort of idea. Like it's not like that, but it's factory sealed underneath that, because it always is like that. You can actually see that it is. So once you take that wrapping off, you got a factory sealed Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition Remix. So that's pretty cool right there. That's something I'm going to trade off because I'm not really into factory sealed games. My collection is for playing, so that's that. Then I also picked up a copy of, and this was also for $2.50, Ayrton Senna's Super Monaco GP2. This is something I had back in the day. This is one of the games I actually own, so really happy to you know, get this one into my collection, just because, you know, it's a racing game, so it's not really that highly sought after, but there's just a lot of memories here with this one for me. Unfortunately, it's not complete, which is kind of a bummer, but it was a really good racing game. I really enjoyed it back in the day. I bet you it's probably really hard to play this game these days with, you know, modern day racers and stuff like that, but still I saw it, and because I had it, I had to get it back. So pretty cool right there, that's for sure. Then I also picked up a game which I've never played before, and it's Jam It for the Sega Genesis again. And this one here is not complete as well. It's missing its manual, but the game's in there and it's in pretty decent shape, just like the other one, so that's pretty nice. And this one here is, I guess, kind of like NBA Jam sort of idea, just a little bit different. I don't really know. I checked out some video gameplay of it. Basically just reminded me of NBA Jam kind of idea. And then when you go to dunk it or whatever, it'll do like a close-up kind of shot, like it goes in to that shot. I don't think they do that in modern day games, but back in the day some of the games would do that. When you got close, it would actually go in and show like the shot being taken. There's a few animations and things that went along with it, but still cool nonetheless. People that I've heard play this said it's pretty good, so I'll check it out. I'm not totally into sports games, but if it's like NBA Jam, then it might be interesting, and something I didn't have in the collection for $2.50. I said, hey, why not? Next one here is Harvest Moon Another Wonderful Life, which I already have in my collection, but this is in just beautiful shape, like absolutely complete. The manual's in behind the precautionary booklet and everything like that there, and the disc on it is like completely brand new. I'm so pumped on the condition of this disc. It is absolutely flawless, and the top's flawless. Everything about this is absolutely beautiful. So that one's going to replace the one that's in my collection, and then the one I have will be up for trade or sale or whatever. I'm probably going to take it to the Waterloo swap and see if, you know, I can get for that one there. $2.50 like the rest. And then I also picked up Harvest Moon A Wonderful Life as well. And this one here, actually the one in my collection, the label on it's like all kind of chipped up a little bit, like some of it has peeled or whatever. I think it got wet. And this one is like mint. So again, same kind of thing though, the precautionary booklets in the front, the actual manual is back in there. But I think the ones in my collection are complete as well. And this disc, while it has a couple of fingerprints on it, is basically like the other one, like it's absolutely mint. So really happy to upgrade the copies that I have of these two games, and I'll be able to, you know, sell off mine basically and recoup all my cash that I spent on that entire pickup. So really happy about that. And then finally these two, pretty happy to find, you know, from a Value Village, and they're overpricing their stuff like crazy there, but you know, when it comes down to it, sometimes you'll find something that's worth it. So in this occasion, I actually used a 30% off card, which probably isn't totally advisable because I only bought like 2 items. I probably saved it for something that was a little like, you know, more numerous kind of thing, so I could save a lot on a lot of items. But in this case, I thought it was worth it, and I was definitely gonna go for it. The first one here is World Heroes, and I paid $7 for that because I used my 30% off card. So pretty cool right there. This is like a Street Fighter clone, and it's in like wonderful condition actually, just like beautiful backing and everything on it. So I didn't want to leave that behind. I did leave behind 3 titles though, just because they were like Wheel of Fortune and like Jeopardy and stuff like that. So I left those behind, but I definitely picked up this title, which is super cool. It's super R-type for a Super Nintendo. Always like picking up new Super Nintendo games I don't have, which I don't have either of these, so really wicked right there. This one here again was $7, so really fun. You know, I don't think there's a whole lot of, you know, shoot 'em ups on the Super Nintendo. At least I don't have a lot of them. I think I have one other, which is Phalanx, and then I have this one now. So really happy to pick up that. That's a true classic, and everything I've ever heard about this, people, you know, like really appreciate this game. So lots of fun right there. Those are all the pickups. Pretty awesome finds, I think. Recently, consider the fact that I wasn't really out looking that often. It's just everywhere I seem to go, I seem to find something that interests me. So that was that. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do feel free to thumbs up this video, comment down below, and I'll see you all later.